David, what makes technology development different here at Forge Biologics?
Forge is a unique company. Our aim is to continually innovate and lead the way in our industry, and never to be bound by this is the way we've always done it mentality. And we're a group that's very experienced in the manufacturing, testing, and development of AAV vectors. So we bring all that to bear when we come to a project. So we're pushing towards newer, better ways to make AAV and to speed up the process without going through all the pitfalls that people have gone through before.
David, what makes the work that we're doing here at Forge so meaningful?
Well, the focus is on our patients. And so that's a phrase you often hear in pharmaceutical and biotech companies, but it's something that's very true to what we do at Forge. And so I think probably the best example of that is from my own experience of making clinical vector for the first time. And so the first time that I was making vector for a clinical trial, it was an eye trial, and to know that the material that I was filling into a vial had the potential to restore sight in a patient was transformative for me. Yeah. And then to see the results of that trial and to see those patients have clinical benefit just gave me a strong emphasis to stay in this industry and do this as my career. And that's not just my story, but it's a very similar story throughout our organization of how we see the patients and see what we can do to help patients to drive forth. And that's even from a manufacturing side. So we're taking someone else's product, we're moving that forward because we know that the end goal is to help people.
Gives us a why behind what we're doing.
Exactly.
So here we are, building a new company. What can clients expect when working with Forge Biologics?
So I think our clients can expect that we understand. We understand what it's like to be on the other side as a client, because many of us have come from other gene therapy companies where we used external manufacturing groups to make our vector. And we also understand what it means for the company to meet those corporate goals, and not just what's sort of mission critical for the company, but also what is critical for the patient. Make sure those therapies can get to the patient. And then very importantly, we understand how to make vector. We've assembled a very talented team with decades of experience in manufacturing and testing of AAV, and we utilize that knowledge to make sure that we can go quickly and meet our clients' goals, not just from a hands-on, but also from a leadership perspective. And so we understand what it takes, and we know how to deliver.
Tell me about Blaze Vector Production. What makes it special?
Blaze is our research production arm of Forge Biologics, where we make vector for clients' R&D studies and even up to toxicology. And what makes it special is it utilizes really the same processes that we do for our GMP. So this really allows clients to come in, start their early work in R&D, and as they transition through development and get to GMP, they're not changing their process, which means their product is the same.
What can you tell me about the Ignition cell line?
So our Ignition cell line is an HEK 293 cell line that has been clonally isolated and suspension adapted to high cell density and high viability. And this is a cell line that we use both for our Blaze research vector production as well as for GMP. And so again, it really allows for clients to come in and have a seamless transition from an R&D to toxicology into GMP.
This is a really exciting time for Forge because we just announced a therapy, and it's a world's first in-human therapy for this particular disease. What does this mean for the Krabbe community?
We talk a lot about hope, and I think this is a place where it's really relevant to use that term, because prior to this therapy going to the clinic, the standard of care was really bone marrow transplant. And while that's somewhat effective, it doesn't completely rescue the disease. And so using AAV gene therapy along with BMT has the potential benefit of really rescuing these patients and allowing them to live a much more normal life.
And bringing hope.
And bringing hope to them and their family.
Yeah.